What's going on, guys? Welcome in to Clutch People TV. I hope you guys are having an amazing day or night, as the New York Knicks just came off of a win at Bankers Life Fieldhouse, of course, in Indianapolis, as we went on to win this game 106-102. And this game was so much fun to watch. It definitely came down to the stretch. It was an offensive battle, but it was also a defensive battle. First off, I want to say I'm tired of these Knicks fans getting so excited about this narrative from the beginning of the season that we're so good at guarding the 3-point line. We're simply not. Like I said, we played that Cleveland Cavaliers team that Cedi Osman, Colin Sexton, they just happen to be off. That's definitely an area of concern we have to get better at, especially when it comes to Justin Holiday and Malcolm Brogdon, when it comes to specifically the Indiana Pacers. First off, I want to give credit to the Indiana Pacers. They're a very well-coached basketball team, in my opinion, and they're a team that's definitely on the uprise of guys like Victor Oladipo, Malcolm Brogdon, Domantas Sabonis, of course, the son of Arvydas Sabonis, who was a monster, and he could have been even better if it wasn't for injury problems in his NBA career, played for the Portland Trail Blazers. But the amount of moves Domantas Sabonis has in his arsenal are just absolutely amazing. But we did a very good job getting him in foul trouble because he's not good defensively, but he's so good offensively. Julius Randle did not have a good first half. I was like, great, the old Julius Randle's back. 4 turnovers. I knew Julius Randle was back when he dribbled it off his foot, but he actually played a clean brand of basketball in the second half. I thought he was very mature. He knew when to give it up to the guard. I was really pleasantly surprised with Julius Randle in the second half. His defense actually really surprised me. I was like, he was putting his ass down, playing good defense. He showed effort, especially those closing minutes on Domantas Sabonis. He was just absolutely unbelievable in my opinion. And I'm very pleased with Julius Randle. You can't look at the box score. If you watched the game, you saw the impact Julius Randle had for this basketball team and a big reason we won this game. Alfred Payne, I thought he played tough. Yes, he had his turnovers, but he did a really good job working downhill. He had 3-and-1s. He was absolutely unbelievable in my opinion. This team was definitely thriving when they were working downhill, but don't worry. We didn't make 3 3-pointers again. I believe we tripled that and made 12 3-pointers. Wait, I can't do math. Not tripled, quadruple. No, that's a triple. No, that's quadruple. Oh, I'm terrible at math. Oh my gosh, a lot of people are going to unsubscribe. But we made 12 3-pointers in this game, but I kept it real with you guys. That just shows how bad I am at math there. Legion of Knicks podcast, he's smart. All these other Knicks YouTubers are smart. I'm not. But we did a good job, in my opinion, shooting it from downtown. And a big reason of that is because of guys like Austin Rivers. RJ Barrett was unbelievable from downtown. He finished the game with 25 points, I believe. He made 3 or 4 threes. I thought RJ Barrett did a good job. But again, I'm going to say this with RJ Barrett. He had a great game, and that just showed how tough he is mentally, the way he was able to come back in this basketball game. And there was reports that he was in the gym working hard. But it all comes down to consistency with RJ Barrett. Is he going to produce every night? What is he going to do when he's missing threes? Is he going to learn to work downhill? Is he going to learn to get others involved? But I thought RJ Barrett had a good game. He was making his free throws as well. It was really nice to see RJ Barrett go 4 for 4, down the stretch on those free throws in the last closing of those minutes when it looked like we're going to win this basketball game. But Alfred Payne had a good game. RJ had a good game. The young core had a good game. Mitchell Robinson wasn't some foul trouble, but he's another young player that produced. He had 3 or 4 offensive tip-ins, but there are certain moments when I want him to grab the basketball. It looks like he tries to get a bucket every single time. It really comes down to the fundamentals when it comes to Mitchell Robinson, because we all know how gifted he is athletically, but sometimes he needs to stop relying on just his athleticism and just certain plays, even outside of the athleticism, he could have came down and got 2 rebounds, but it looks like he's trying to tip it in every time. But I thought Mitchell Robinson had a great game. Malcolm Brogdon went up for a 3 who was killing us. Malcolm Brogdon is not that gifted athletically, but he's such a smart and smooth player. And Mitchell Robinson had a big-time block. Austin Rivers had some great defense down the stretch, hitting some big shots as well. Kevin Knox did not have a good game. Again, that's a big thing. When I made my Kevin Knox video, someone made a very good point. Consistency with Kevin Knox. But again, I really think he's getting better defensively. I think his shot will come along for sure. But I think they're really putting him into this role as a spot-up shooter because they know his handle is sloppy and he has a lot to work on when it comes to performing off the dribble. But Julius Randle, I got into him. I really liked his brand of basketball. Reggie Bullock didn't do much in this game. He had 6 points. He had his moments that he hit threes from downtown. He couldn't have been worse than the last game, going 0 for 8 from downtown. Just everyone was bad shooting the basketball, in my opinion, in the last game, except Kevin Knox. Actually, that's not an opinion. That's just It's just a fact. We were awful. We made 3 3-pointers, and I believe he made 2 out of 3 of those. But getting to the bench, yeah, Kevin Knox, I thought he did solid defensively. He was scoreless in this game. He wasn't like spectacular. He had a block. He had a really good block at the rim. I thought he did a really good job playing smart fundamental defense. He wasn't like reaching that much. He was really moving. He wasn't playing defense with his hands. He just did a really good job moving. Noel, you just see the presence he brings out there on the floor as well. He's not really flashy, but he's a fundamental basketball player. Getting into guys like Austin Rivers again, just such a spark off the bench. I just love this dude so much because he's really representing New York. If you don't know his father, Doc Rivers, he played, of course, the head coach of the Sixers, head coach at one point of the Clippers as well. The previous season, the Boston Celtics. He was a player that really played hard. I didn't see him, but I did go back and watch a lot of film of Doc Rivers or games because I'm a basketball nerd like that. But Austin Rivers plays so hard. He had timely buckets, going to the basket strong. The one reverse layup. He plays so hard on defense, and he makes the right basketball plays. He's someone we're going to be so happy watching for a very long time. And lastly, Emmanuel Quickley. This man's a goddess when it comes, or a god. A goddess is like for girls, I believe. Yeah, you guys are really going to learn my IQ in this video, no pun intended, Emmanuel Quickley. But Emmanuel Quickley does a really good job, like, initiating contact. Like, sometimes he screams, and then the refs are like, oh, okay, it's gonna be a foul there, but we know we can execute from the charity stripe. 2 for 2. He was shooting it from downtown. Should have had 2 threes. The rim kind of messed with him on one, but he's a guy that's going to make his open shots. He's going to play hard on defense. Sometimes he has miscommunications guarding the pick and roll, but you just see the brand new element he brings to this team, and a lot of people are like, Quickly's just a fluke. But shooting's not a fluke. He shot over 90% from the charity stripe and over 40% from downtown in college. I promise you guys, he's not a fluke, but I'm very happy with this win. We played hard on defense, at least inside. Need to get better communicating, guarding outside in the perimeter. But this team really came together, and it was the best win of the season, in my opinion, because the young guys played well. If it's Emmanuel Quickley coming back from that hip injury, if it's guys even like Noel, who may not be a part of the future, Knox is the only young player, in my opinion, that didn't have a good game. But Mitchell Robinson, at one point, he was our leading scorer. He was 8 for 10. He had 2 blocks, 16 points, 3 fouls. Like, he did a really good job in the second half, really putting himself together. But you have to see the consistency out of these guys. But if you wanted to see the young core play well and win, this is just, you should be so happy and you should just be so thrilled after this win. RJ played well. Mitchell Robinson. Randle, you could say he's not a part of the future, but he is young. Guys like Emmanuel Quickley. I just want to thank you so much for the great amount of support. And as always, guys, have a humble day or night. Peace out, y'all.